Welcome. Two ancient scriptures. Two different civilizations. One identical endgame, deception rising, chaos spreading, and truth returning to restore justice. This is where the patterns begin. Two billion Christians are waiting. Nearly 2 billion Muslims are waiting. Different scriptures, different histories, different traditions, but both are expecting the same pattern: global chaos, moral collapse, a great deceiver, and the return of Jesus. That is not conspiracy. That is documented theology. In Christianity, the return of Jesus is described as occurring during unprecedented turmoil. In the book of Revelation, the world enters crisis. In Matthew 24, Jesus warns, "For false messiahs and false prophets will appear and perform great signs and wonders to deceive, if possible, even the elect." Deception so powerful, even believers could be misled. Now shift to Islamic eschatology. Islam speaks of a period of widespread corruption, oppression, confusion, global instability. Then emerges a leader known as Al-Mahdi, a promised dawn walking through the darkest hour, a servant shaped by mercy, rising to restore what was broken, not divine light itself, but a mirror reflecting heaven's justice upon the earth. And during this period, Jesus returns. In Islam, Jesus, Isa, descends near the end of time. He confronts the Dajjal, the great deceiver. He restores justice. He breaks falsehood. Two faiths, separated by over 600 years, both describing a deceptive global figure, massive confusion, the return of Jesus, the defeat of deception, the restoration of justice. Why? At the peak of chaos, distortion reaches its limit, and in a single decisive moment, truth breaks through, collapsing the illusion and resetting the course of history. Now that we've acknowledged there is a message repeating across scriptures, let's strip everything back and examine the deeper architecture, the narrative structure that emerges when you look at something from a high altitude. Because this isn't just about isolated predictions in isolated books. This is about patterns that unfold in exactly the same sequence, even when separated by language, culture, geography, and centuries. In the Christian narrative, history moves toward a moment of extreme distortion, a world that is confused, divided, and misled. A deceptive figure rises, influence grows, and normal reality itself begins to feel unstable. Then, at the breaking point, Christ returns, not as a distant idea, but as the central pivot that ends deception, judges falsehood, restores righteousness, and ushers in a new era of clarity and justice. In the Islamic narrative, the sequence has the same rhythm but expressed in a different language. The world reaches a condition of corruption and uncertainty. A major deceiver appears and throws everything into confusion. Then a guided leader rises, not to create a new world, but to repair the broken one. And at the tipping point, Jesus returns, not as an unfamiliar outsider, not to start something new, but to confront deception, break its hold, and restore truth. Different words, different traditions, different metaphors, same climactic design. This is not about whether one text is right and the other is wrong. This is not theory. This is about narrative architecture, the way complex systems resolve themselves when they reach distortion, imbalance, and breakdown. In literature, in myth, in psychology, in cinema, even in world events, stories tend to resolve with a confrontation between illusion and truth. What's remarkable here is the consistency in sequencing. Distortion rises, deception expands, the world hits instability, a guide appears, and in the critical moment, truth returns in the figure of Jesus, not isolated, not peripheral, but central. In one tradition, he is the returning judge. In the other, he is the one who ends deception at the ground level. But in both, the final confrontation, the decisive turning point hinges on the same figure and the same outcome. This isn't repetition, this is convergence, a narrative pattern that transcends doctrinal boundaries and points to something deeper, not conspiracy, not confusion, but structural resonance. Because when two independent systems describe the same climax, the same resolution of chaos through the triumph of truth, the question isn't which one is right. The question becomes, why does this sequence recur in the world's greatest enduring texts? And that is a conversation worth having. And what if this is all symbolic? What if the deceiver represents distortion, and the return represents truth correcting it? Maybe this isn't just about the end of the world, but the end of illusion itself. Now, the deeper layer. Both traditions warn of deception so convincing it misleads the masses. Both warn of charisma. Both warn of false peace. Both warn of spiritual confusion. This is not about predicting dates. It is about pattern recognition. Both traditions describe a world overwhelmed by division, moral instability, information chaos, power struggle. Then, at the peak, intervention. The Mahdi unites. Jesus confronts, the deceiver falls, justice begins. So maybe the question isn't which religion is right. Maybe the question is, why do two of the largest faith traditions on earth describe the same final sequence? And here is the part that makes this truly unsettling. If deception is the central warning, then the greatest danger is not obvious evil, it is convincing falsehood. Both traditions say the deceiver performs signs, appears righteous, seems powerful, seems persuasive. Would we recognize deception if it came dressed as salvation? And if Jesus returned today, would we recognize him? Or would we argue about him? Would we accept him or filter him through our systems? 2 billion waiting, 2 billion expecting. One shared warning, stay awake, because when deception peaks, truth will stand against it, and the world will have to decide. And as we explore these patterns, remember the words of Jesus, you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. Thank you for watching, and if you're ready to go deeper, join the meditation practice below and begin restoring that truth within yourself.